The Bengals bring out their punter now. Back deep, Golden Tate. This is taken at about the 14. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they... We are in the first quarter. We get you back to the action to see how this defense can do on this upcoming drive. Now Wilson on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Tate on the return. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive. The Bengals drive about to get going. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's Tate to return it. A very nice punt that time, but the Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Wilson. He'll let it go deep for Foster. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, it's Tate. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. So a 1st and 10 coming up for the offense here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see what this defense can do. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. To throw again on second down. Wilson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far, and he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now it's Tate. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to... The Bengals drive about to get going. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Here we go.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. That is caught by Stewart. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On first down, Wilson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Second and 10. Now it's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Second half action, and this defense still pitching a shutout as we drop you back into the action.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Me and you all day. I'm coming at you.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day. Mike 56.
Throwing is Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Bills will be backed up to start. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Mike, boy, 56. Check 56.
To throw once more on second. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be and he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And this one is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Wilson. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Bengals on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
34 yards on the return. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Wilson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Taken in at the 22. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And possession will switch. All right, this defense back out there with the lead and also with a shutout intact as they look to finish this off in the fourth quarter. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And he's not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets.